We've all been there. A conversation that makes your stomach knot, your palms sweat, and your mind race. Maybe it's confronting a coworker, giving feedback to your boss, discussing finances with a partner, or addressing a sensitive family issue. Here's the truth. The way you handle these tough conversations determines your relationships, your reputation, and even your personal growth more than what you say. Today, we're diving into the exact strategies to handle tough conversations calmly, confidently, and constructively, without yelling, overthinking, or shutting down. Before opening your mouth, pause. Ask yourself, why is this conversation happening? What's my desired outcome? What could go wrong if I handle it poorly? Understanding the stakes sets your mindset. It's not about winning or proving a point. It's about solving a problem, finding clarity, or building connection. Example, confronting a team member about missed deadlines. Your goal isn't to humiliate them, it's to understand why delays happened and improve the process. Action step, write down your purpose before starting the conversation. Clarity reduces emotional reaction. You can't control the other person's emotions, but you can control yours. Notice your triggers, what words, tones, or behaviors set you off. Check your body and mind. Are you anxious, angry, or defensive? Pause and breathe. Even 5 seconds of intentional breath can prevent knee-jerk reactions. Example, before discussing a sensitive topic with a spouse, acknowledge your irritation silently, take a deep breath, and approach calmly. Action step, identify your emotional state before every difficult conversation. Name it to yourself. I feel frustrated, but I can stay calm. Preparation is key, but scripting every word can make the conversation rigid or robotic. Know the points you need to cover. Anticipate possible reactions. Prepare clarifying questions rather than statements. Example, you need to address a colleague's repeated tardiness. Prepare. Observation. I noticed you've been arriving late. Impact. It affects the team's workflow. Inquiry. Is there something making it hard to arrive on time? Action step. List your main points and questions, not lines to memorize. Tough conversations go wrong when people feel attacked. Start with empathy and understanding. Use I statements instead of you statements. Recognize their perspective. Validate feelings without necessarily agreeing. Example, instead of "you never listen to me," say, "I feel unheard when I'm interrupted. Can we find a better way to communicate?" Action step. Practice framing concerns from your perspective. Focus on feelings and impact, not blame. Most people prepare to argue rather than listen, but listening is your secret weapon. Pause after the other person speaks. Reflect. What I hear is... Ask clarifying questions rather than jumping to respond. Example, a coworker defends missing a deadline. Instead of interrupting, say, "Help me understand what made this challenging." Action step. For every sentence you speak, aim to listen at least 2 sentences from the other person. Calm conversations aren't just words, they're delivered with composure. Keep your voice steady. Maintain open posture, arms uncrossed, eye contact, relaxed shoulders. Avoid aggressive gestures like pointing or leaning in too close. Example, critiquing a team member while pacing and raising your voice triggers defensiveness. Sit, maintain neutral tone, and speak clearly. Impact improves. Action step. Practice in front of a mirror or record yourself speaking calmly on a challenging topic. Emotions will surface. Acknowledge them, but don't get hijacked by them. Name the emotion. I can see this is frustrating. Pause. Allow both parties to breathe. Redirect to the main goal. Let's focus on finding a solution. Example, during a salary negotiation, tension rises. Recognize, breathe, then return to discussing responsibilities and contributions. Action step. Practice labeling emotions in high-stress conversations without judgment. Assumptions create defensiveness. Instead, ask clarifying questions. Can you tell me more about why this happened? What challenges are you facing?
How can we work together to improve this? Example, instead of assuming a teammate is lazy, ask about obstacles they face. Often the conversation reveals hidden issues and opportunities. Action step, prepare 3 to 5 open-ended questions before your conversation. Silence is powerful. Most people rush to fill gaps with defensiveness or arguments. Take a breath before replying. Count to 3 silently. Respond intentionally, not reactively. Example, during a heated debate, pausing prevents words you might regret later. Calm, measured responses earn respect and influence. Action step, train yourself to pause before every emotionally charged response. Tough conversations succeed when solutions matter more than blame. Shift from who's wrong to what can we do. Collaborate on actionable steps. Keep the goal of improvement central. Example, addressing customer service complaints, focus on fixing processes rather than arguing over who's at fault. Action step, for every criticism you give or receive, immediately ask what's the next step. After the conversation, send a recap if needed. Reinforce agreements or next steps. Thank the person for their time and openness. Example, after a difficult performance review, follow up with an email summarizing decisions and next steps. This builds clarity and trust. Action step, make follow-ups habitual to reinforce calm, constructive communication.
Every tough conversation is a learning opportunity. What worked? What triggered tension? How can you improve next time? Example, after confronting a client about a late payment, reflect on tone, phrasing, and pacing. Adjust next conversation accordingly. Action step, journal after every difficult conversation to track growth. Calm conversations come from daily emotional awareness. Pause before reacting to minor irritations. Practice empathy with friends and family. Reflect on your emotional triggers. Action step, treat daily interactions as practice grounds. Every small conversation strengthens your ability to handle tough ones. Tough conversations aren't threats. They're opportunities to build trust, understanding, collaboration, and respect. The calmer you are, the more influence you have. The more prepared you are emotionally, the better the outcomes. Remember, logic alone won't win tough conversations. Emotional composure, empathy, and listening will. Start today. Identify one conversation you've been avoiding. Prepare, breathe, empathize, and approach calmly. Watch how your influence, respect, and outcomes shift.